Yep, isn't that great? Foreign policy advice from this guy. It's angering. And again, speaking of foreign policy, Hillary Clinton just being welcome everywhere she goes.
Yeah, I can never figure these Democrats out. I mean, all they have to do is show up at a single AIPAC meeting, and Jews are on board or down with the Democrats, but then they turn around and I mean, in vote after vote, talk about our darling Ahmadinejad.
Isn't that something? He's a rock star, that guy, Ahmadinejad. They love covering him. The news is so responsible for where we are right now that it's stunning when you look at it, how they build these people up into rock stars and heroes. And Obama is a prime example. I mean, this guy could do no wrong in the press. He was on the cover of every paper for so long, just looking like the savior and hero of this nation, while, of course, for 8 years, George Bush, whether you agree or not, was just the devil, the villain on the cover of the papers. And they pretty much sold Obama to everybody.
Right, though I think there's going to come a point when no matter how much the media keeps telling us how adorable Obama is, people are going to get fed up with their 401ks disappearing, their jobs disappearing, the capital to fund new projects disappearing.
Oh, and sorry, I'm interrupting you. I just wanted to comment on what Michelle's wearing. My God, is that dress just fantastic on her? Oh, I'm sorry. Were you saying something important? Ugh. What color are the kids wearing to school? I'm broke.
Are you in love?
Exactly.
She's
right.
Great.
Anthony's in love with you, Ann.
I just listen.
God.
It's like
do you guys disagree with anything?
Nothing.
Oh my God.
Nothing.
Oh, can't we have a little fun? The country is collapsing.
Her hair color's perfect.
Hey, do you? Too bad you're not 20. It's the only thing holding you.
Hey, do you know?
That's against you with Ann.
I was surprised at this because colleges are such liberal, real
Agree with her.
I mean, look, bastions for like this liberal obsession, and I was surprised when they had Ahmadinejad speak at Columbia the way Bulger, I think his name is.
Right.
I was trashing them for allowing him because they were the ones that were booing the Minutemen because they were anti-immigration.
Yep.
Were you surprised with how he handled the Iranian president, the way he really gave him a smash?
Well, giving a lot of college speeches, I wasn't surprised at all. Bollinger, in fact, had been my constitutional law professor at Michigan, where he then became the dean before ending up at Columbia. And no, it was just what I expected. The only thing Ahmadinejad got booed for was when he said there were no homosexuals in Iran.
Yeah.
He didn't mention, why there are no homosexuals.
That was hilarious, though. That got a great reaction, though. Everyone laughing at him.
Yeah, people. That really is embarrassing. They all just laughed at him.
It was pretty funny.
Yeah, that was the only thing.
You know
killing
what's,
the Jews, they didn't mind so much.
You know what's frightening though? They were laughing, but don't they understand that just by him saying that, the way he said it, that's the type of intolerant guy he is, that he thought that was fine for him to say in front of these people, because to him it was fine. Right. We don't have any gays. We kill them.
Right.
That's pretty much it. And they're like, oh, gosh, he's so wacky. But, he wears a suit, and I've never seen a towel on his head. So I guess he's okay. Ugh.
Fortunately, that's the way it always is with totalitarians. The one bright side is they always kill, the intellectuals first.
Right.
Well, thank God we're safe here on this show.
Yeah. We'll be the last one to go before mice. So you doing college speeches again, being really, really conservative. Do they receive you better than you expect them to, or is it typically a horror show, or what is the normal experience?
That's a great question. I write about it in my last book. If Democrats had any brains, they'd be Republicans. Giving college speeches. Well, for one thing, because I love my country, love God, I show up on a college campus and, have to have a phalanx of cops like I'm David Duke. But
you aren't?
I've told my yaff, we could, judge the number of security. On the security team by letting me check and see what the average SATs are at the school. Curiously and actually contrary to my expectation, Harvard, Yale, Wellesley, basically all of the good schools, any school in the South treat me absolutely respectfully. They have too much intellectual pride and too much chivalry in the South, certainly, to be, booing or screaming their heads off or throwing food. A lot of college liberals will come if I give a speech at Harvard, but they want to challenge me in question and answer period, and I'll take questions until they have collapsed of exhaustion. It's the Bush League schools out in the middle of the country, where you have, obviously some smart students. Even at the Cornell Ag School, I'm sure there are a few smart students. But you also have a lot of stupid kids who probably should not be in college at all. They're ginned up by their professors, or for short, former members of the Weather Underground, and Ward Churchill, and they are just in a feral rage. They would ask a question during question and answer, but they can't think of one. But they can throw food and engage in violence to try to impress their professors.
Wonderful.
So basically, they're just acting like, because they can't do the battle intellectually, they're just kind of kicking and screaming like petulant children.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, and to give you another example, I just got back from L.A. About something you asked me about earlier. And when I was doing a radio show, a young entertainment guy came in. He was probably in his late 20s, working for one of the big studios in Hollywood, and we were talking he wanted to meet me and get his book signed. And we were chatting during the breaks, and, he's very right-wing. And I started making fun of college liberals. And he just incidentally remarked, oh, yeah, I used to be one of those. I was up at, I think it was the University of Oregon. He said he was standing out with a bullhorn protesting the war in Afghanistan. Afghanistan. Even Michael Moore pretended to support that one. So he was some crazy liberal with a bullhorn on a college campus. And I said, what happened to you? And he said, well, I graduated from college and I thought I should read some stuff, so I picked up one of your books. And now he's read them all, and now he's a total right-winger.
Now, but is he a right-winger, or is he just kind of obsessed with you? I don't know if I like this guy or if he's kind of creepy.
It's a stalker.
No, he's read other people, too. He just happens to have started with one of mine.
So you and Bill, now, are there debate parameters, or are you really not too sure exactly where it's going to go?
We have no idea. Or maybe he does and he's not telling me, but we've emailed about it. And I don't know, we just both sort of assume we each start with about 15 and 20 minutes, and then the moderator will ask us questions. And the only thing I really care about is that we slightly change the questions or the emphasis of the debate each night, because, we could argue for 18 hours straight without breaking a sweat. And I'm not an actress. I'd have a much bigger apartment if I could act. And I don't want to go to, I think audiences notice, and I sure notice. I don't want to do one of these stale, pre-programmed tennis game where we say the same things in Boston and Chicago. So we have enough to disagree with that we can slightly change the emphasis. But that does seem to indicate that New York is definitely going to be the best night, since it'll be all fresh.
And is there anything that that the Republicans or that the ideology of the Republican Party pushes that you disagree with in favor of what the Democrats push?
No.
You pretty much you're down the line. There's no ideological separation.
Sometimes when Republicans are pushing the same thing as the Democrats, and that ticks me off.
It's not
but I can't think of anything the Democrats are right on, except in those rare occasions when they agree with the Republicans.
Okay. All right. Well, the debates are starting Monday, which is March 9th here in New York City at Radio City, which is again probably a great night to go because it's still fresh and it's all happening for the first time. And also, we're heard in Boston, March 10th, which is Tuesday, the City Performing Arts Center, Chicago Theater in Chicago, which is Wednesday, March 11th. And for tickets and more info, you can go to www.speakerseries2009.com. And, of course, your book, Guilty, which is still on the bestseller list, you can get it or at least get info on Coulter.com. Good luck with these debates. Obviously, we're, certainly pulling for you.
Yeah,
thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. I hope you'll be there.
I'm flying home from San Francisco on Monday, and that is something I want to do Monday night. I would love to go and see that live. Because I've only seen you debate a few times, but Matt Lauer is not a dumb guy at all. And Joy Behar is not a dumb person either. And you ran circles around both of them, so I'm looking forward to this.
Thank you. Thank you, and thanks so much for having me on.
No problem, Ann.
It was great.
I'm going to call her Ann instead of Ann Coulter or, Ms. Coulter.
And I'll definitely see you soon. It was great seeing you last night.
I know, that was so much fun, and of course I was just wrapping up my column about that, and so I watched some of it.
Well, hopefully we could do that again.
I know, that was great. Thanks.
All right, Jimmy.
What? My friend and I, two
nothing.
intellectual giants are talking.
Hilarious. You
Jesus.
should have seen him last night.
They're fighting over
Your
it.
line about what you can say about the Muslims was the funniest line of the show.
Thank you very much.
That was hilarious.
some people have called me funny too.
Ant is a brilliantly funny
Just would
guy.
like to say, throw that out there.
Ant doesn't like that a couple of intellectual giants / authors are having a nice discussion. There's nothing wrong with that.
All right,
A couple of
I
respected
get it.
pundits chit-chatting. It's what we do.
Yeah, tip my hat to you, Jimmy.
Hey, have a good weekend, Ant, and good luck with these debates, and we'll definitely see you soon.
Yeah, thanks a
Good
lot.
to talk to you guys. Thank you for having me. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye, Ann.